I'm Rachel. Giant!
Allie.
Cassidy. Born January 1st, 1919 in New York.
Well, the first connection based off of that was Holden's childhood takes place in New York, just like JD's did. And JD misbehaved, and Holden misbehaves in the book.
It seems that Holden's life was reflected off of JD's life as a child.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The Catcher in the Rye was written in the late 1940s and early 1950s.
The late 1940s and early 50s? Pretty sure that was when Shelley told us that modernism was.
It was.
Modernism uses taboo topics and slang vocabulary.
So I found an example, so can you guys turn to page 42? And it's the last paragraph. And this is Holden talking, and it's an example of modernism writing because of the language. And he says, he was finished cutting his damn toenails, so he got up from the bed in just his damn short of an awe and started getting very damn playful, and that's an example of modernism. So I think that this book is really controversial, but students face these kind of things every day, high school students, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, like, I know of a few people that, like, think of sex, I guess, on the daily, and, I mean, they openly talk about it, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of topics like prostitution and drinking and sex and all those kind of
I learned about that in
things.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it should be banned. Like, it makes kids open up more about it and be more comfortable about talking about it.
Yeah, it's not an unusual topic.
A lot of
Yeah.
kids can relate to it.
He battles, like, depression, and
Yeah.
he's very obsessive over lots of stuff. So,
Yeah.
like, have you guys, like, ever, like, encountered someone like that?
No, I've never like met anyone. Well, not that I know, but like TV shows, I guess you kind of like watch things and know what the like.
On, like, TLC
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Have, like,
Shows
stuff
about
about,
that.
yeah.
There's some other books that have that stuff in it too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
books that
Yeah,
we've read.
magazines, maybe.
Yeah, it's true, but I've never like
You
faced
can just
anything.
see like people like that in public all the time in school.
And
Yeah,
you
not
can-
even if you, like,
Without
know
even
them.
knowing them.
Even,
Yeah.
like, I'm a little bit of OCD, and, like, that's not really
Yeah,
a
me
problem,
too.
but, like, I don't know, I guess, like, I can kind of relate to, like, the obsessive part of it.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Just perfectionist.
Okay.
A personal connection that I had with the book would be like his drinking problems, because I know of like many people that have drinking problems and like can't control it, and like how it affects like them and how they change as a person, and like how it affects everybody around them, and that's kind of reflected in the book too.
And also like in school, like drinking is a big issue.
Yeah.
Like you hear about it all the time.
Yeah, and
And
like a lot of
sex.
people get tempted to
Yeah.
drink, and you can see people change as a person.
The
because
only
of it.
Yeah, like the only connection that I had, I mean, yeah, with that, but was like relationships. I guess like he talked a lot about like liking a girl, but also wanting to like hang out with other girls. And I know that like through high school, everybody like feels like that, like with relationships,
And with-
either with like friends or like
Yeah.
girlfriend and boyfriend.
With relationships comes like the sexual aspect of it, and like if it's like in high school, there's so much pressure to do like sexual stuff, and like it's all about who did what and
With him.
yeah, with who and who heard about it, and that's reflected a lot in the book because it talks about everything that Holden goes through.
Yeah.
Alright, so what I thought was like different about the text was that it was written with like slang, and normally books are written like informal, and I just thought that was really weird, and I didn't really like it that much.
Well, the plot, there wasn't really like a plot line where usually like books,
Yeah.
like there's like a climax.
Yeah, I didn't.
There wasn't
Rise
much
and
of,
fall
yeah. There wasn't really much of that. It was just kind of, he just said what he thought, and like the
It just
topic
went along.
changed a lot, and it didn't really have
flow.
a flow.
Yeah.
Another thing was like the taboo aspect of it. Like you're not normally in society. You're not supposed to talk about getting drunk. You're not supposed to talk about who you had sex with the night before. You're not supposed to talk about that. And that's just like, and in that book it all came out at once. It was just like shell shock.
The language is really bad.
The language.
The language, and they use a lot of sarcasm.
Sometimes in books there's like
Joking around
a
and
few curse words, but and he used to.
Yeah,
a
he just
lot.
kind of
Like,
said
it,
what he
it,
thought.
it kind of got annoying.
Normally there's
for a
not
while.
even that many. Maybe like Dan, but not like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not really a lot of sarcasm. They like keep it less mainly serious.
It's more like a
Yeah.
formal way of
Yeah.
writing.
It's
instead of
very informal.
Start
Yeah.
very
He just like
serious.
says whatever is on his mind. Like
Yeah. There's no
And it-
filter.
It's like
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through the thoughts
Yeah.
of someone.
No filter.
almost.
yeah,
Just keeps coming
it's
out.
different, but
Just wanna, girls just wanna have fun.
like
Okay.
Okay, I'll
So now I'm gonna ask the question. Okay. So do you guys think that Holden like realizes that he kind of has issues?
I think he realizes that he has problems, but he doesn't really do anything about it.
I have a filter. I think he just kind of like accepts them because like I'm the type of person who
Oh, here we go.
it's like I'm the type of person who doesn't really care what other people think, and I don't think he honestly cares. I think he's just doing his own thing and just being Holden.
Yeah, and you kind of see throughout the book that he just kind of expresses his problems
Yeah.
and doesn't really like change. He like attempts to try to change them, but never really works
mean,
out.
not really.
Yeah, not
I
really.
don't know. I don't know.
He
Like,
I think he like somewhat
Ignores it.
realizes.
yeah,
he
he ignores
He
it.
tries
yeah.
to ignore it.
Get
Yeah.
away, like go
He
around.
go around it so
you
he can
know?
like continue doing what he's doing because he doesn't want to change. He
Like he
Doesn't
beats around the bush.
he realizes he has a problem and doesn't think that anything's wrong with it because he's been doing it all his life. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, I just think he
anything
doesn't
wrong.
try
Like
to
if someone
change.
like tries to would try to tell him like he
And
wouldn't, he wouldn't really.
Yeah, and like in the text, I feel like I remember like him like saying that he like wants to do this and wants to do that, but he never really
He never does
does it.
anything
Yeah.
about it. Right.
My overall.
Okay, there's a controversy over the censorship of the book because parents don't like how it cusses so much and how it talks about sex and the homosexuality of the book. So a lot of the parents complained and they took it to the board and they had they like took it to the courts and stuff and they banned the book. So that's how the book got banned and the censorship was a big controversy, and some of the associations of the book was it dealt with like a lot of the shootings that happened, like John Lennon when he got shot. The killer wanted to like change his name to Holden Caulfield, and and when the shooter was found, he was found with a book in his hand, and I think he quoted one of the things in the book. So that's definitely been one of the big associations with the book and like a big thing. And it's been like more than one shooting. So it's not just, it's been like many shootings that it's dealt with. And a lot of like movies, I guess, wanted to have some of the like characters in it. Like they wanted to try and act out Holden and some of the other characters. But I really like how we could relate to the book because Holden goes through some of the same things that we go through in life. Like when he's having trouble in school and he's failing and stuff. I'm not saying that I fail because I have straight A's, but he, like his relationship troubles and like his parents and his like relationship with his brothers and sisters. Like, we can all relate to that, like, what we go through now. I think that's really cool how we can, like, relate both through the book and, like, with our own, like, problems that we have at home. But I think he's kind of weird because he, like, he's just weird. But, we definitely go through, like, the same things. He definitely has anger issues because he gets really mad over a lot of little things. But, and it's like, really cool how him and his sister have that kind of, like, weird connection, although she's a little strange herself. And that's about it. That's all I have.
Holden Caulfield is the main character in The Catcher in the Rye. He's a 16-year-old junior, and he has just been expelled from Pensy Prep because he failed an academic course. Even though he failed, he is intelligent, but he's also very, like, emotional almost. He's not like any other guy. Like, he doesn't brush emotions off his shoulder. He's kind of sensitive in a way to put it.
Ackley is one of the characters in Holden's life, and he is his dorm next door neighbor person, and Holden does not really like him because he is very weird and he's kind of like a dirty person, and he kind of annoys Holden, and he like pops his pimples and picks his nails and does all these like not very hygienic type things. And
Stradlater is Holden's roommate in the dorm, and Holden appreciates him. He thinks he's cool, but he also thinks he's really preppy, and he's really handsome, and he calls him a sexy bastard because he goes out with all the ladies, and I think he's kind of jealous of him.
In the story, Jane's a girl who Holden spends an entire summer with, her and her family. He has a really big crush on her. He finds her attractive, but he also has a huge sense of respect for her.
Phoebe is Holden's 10-year-old sister, and she is one of the very few people that Holden actually really loves and respects.
Allie is Holden's younger brother, which passed away 3 years before he wrote the novel, and he died from leukemia, and he really respects him and misses him a lot.
D.B. Caulfield is Holden's older brother. He's a writer in Hollywood, and Holden looks up to him because of his writing.
Sally Hayes is one of the girls that Holden had a relationship with for a really long time, and he talks to her frequently on the phone.
Mr. Spencer is Holden's history teacher at Pensy Prep, and he is one of the ones that Holden looks up to and visits at his house, and